we kinda got it working. Hold on, I gotta turn that down. There we go. Alright, it says we're streaming. Alright, yeah, okay, good, it's working. Alright, I just had to make it double sure everything's working order. Do not ask why I'm dressed up as close to Kai as I could possibly get. Anyways, I cannot type while this far away, but if I'm any closer, if I'm literally any closer, I will not be able to, you guys will not be able to see my face, and I'd be blocked by the top of this here. So I need to play something there. Here we go. Oh, I have my old laptop still. Let's see if I can shuffle all this around real quick. Give me a minute. Push this back. Boom, we got a little bit of leverage now. Little bit of leverage for the camera. So now I can actually now that that's working, I could do the intro. What's up, my dudes, my dudettes, my dude and Aries. As you guys saw, we are going to be doing the free time events. Not really traditionally though, not like how we would like traditionally do free time events, like going back into the game, rerunning it, rerunning, like reloading, saving and reloading until we get like all the presents we need in order to activate the free time events. We're actually going to be reacting to them on YouTube. And I still have the link. If you guys are watching my YouTube, I have the link in the description below. It's by a YouTuber named Ani. There's only 14 free time events. I heard that you cannot do any free time events with pause. I heard you cannot do any free time events with Grace in Chapter 1, which has me confident that she's probably. I don't know if she's going to be a survivor necessarily. She could potentially be a survivor, but it at least makes me confident that she'll be around for a while at least. She'll be around for a while at least. Um, God, I'm a little upset that I missed opportunity for two separate jokes for the Project Eden's Garden stream, which includes for Diana the "Show me your feet" joke because of like the footsteps, and then for I did end up having, now that I'm looking back on it now, I could have had "This Girl's on Fire" joke for Ava with spoiler alert if you haven't seen the there's probably going to be some Project Eden's Garden spoilers for chapter 1 obviously, but spoiler alert if you haven't played it yet and you're planning on playing it on your own, Ava's execution ends with her like, falling into a to like a pit of fire, like a fiery furnace. It's like Toy Story 3, right? I could have done the "This Girl's on Fire" joke for her instead of like hoping and praying for chapter 2 that I don't know, someone like a female character, most likely Cassidy, gets burned to death with a flamethrower because she keeps talking about a flamethrower. I guess the flamethrower thing was just foreshadowing that. Anyways, a few more things I wanted to talk about with Project Eden's Garden. I might reiterate some of this at like the end of the stream. God, I really loved chapter 1. I really loved chapter 1. I love the hypocrisy with both like the characters, with both the victim and the killer. With like Wolfgang, like I'm gonna look at the main thing here. With Wolfgang, being hypocritical in the fact that he wants everyone to work together, but he's purposefully isolating both Damon and Ava, but also hypocritical in the fact that despite he says we should trust each other, he didn't trust, the person he was meeting with enough to not bring a weapon with him, you know, that sort of thing as well. Like hypocritical in those fronts is what I mean. But like I also find them a bit like something else I find very interesting is how Ava herself is a hypocrite with like, trying to like, play the woe is me card and trying to say like um trying to say that like it's not fair that like if she didn't kill first, then she would have been the first one killed, and like no one actually wanted to be her friend, even though she herself was pushing everyone else away. Like there's a lot of hypocrisy for those two there, which the veil of hypocrisy is like the name of this chapter. So yeah, I find that really interesting for those two. I'm just trying to look for like my notes here that I had to try like that I typed down as well to help me properly word it. Like hypocrisy is like the main theme of like this chapter specifically. Like she basically lies a lot. Like the reason why everyone is so distant to her is because she keeps isn't because of her talent of being the ultimate mathlete. It's because she, lies and pushes people away. Like, you know, which ultimately led to her own isolation. She created her own isolation. It was only exasperated by Wolfgang. Like, she ended up betraying Diana who wanted to be her friend. And Diana accepted both her and Damon into the group, in spite of them having like different opinions. Once again, one in a million type girl. Uh, Ultimately, she did prove Wolfgang right too. Now that I think about it, she proved Wolfgang right that she was indeed dangerous by committing the first murder. Then, of course, she threw like Damon under the bus as well. The one guy who actually agreed with her and liked her and trusted her. Like, yeah, she blamed everyone else for her problems, but and sure, I will have to say, everyone else is not exactly innocent either. Everyone else that we were talking about too, they're not exactly innocent either, but like she still has to take her blame part of the blame. She proved everyone right too, in like being afraid of and wary of her. Honestly, it's pretty smartly written. Chapter 1 was. I'm very excited to see where the game goes. Honestly, I'm kind of predicting that like Diana's going to be somewhere between a rival and like a support character because like she genuinely wants what's best for the group and she's not like, gonna isolate Damon at all because like we've already seen with her actions that like she's like trying to like, open up to Damon, open up to like Ava, trying to integrate them into the group. So I highly doubt that she's gonna, push them out. The thing is, however, is like how Damon's gonna respond and how like Diana's gonna develop. Because potentially, how I'm seeing it right now, is that both of them are gonna end up like the person they most trusted and most liked within the group if they do not like shape up or like do not develop at all. That Damon could potentially end up in Ava's position, and Diana could potentially end up in Wolfgang's position in the future if they do not shape up, get their development. Because I feel like Diana is just gonna follow the same mistakes with Wolfgang, because she's gonna live on for Wolfgang's memory and copy and follow in his footsteps. But like Wolfgang himself is flawed, as we've seen both in chapter one. Like would like even before, even looking outside of like the hallucination part, like being just like just encouraging everyone to just blindly trust each other is just like toxic, and it really only works if everyone has like everyone else's best interest at heart, which is not true at all, as we saw not only with Ava but like potentially like some other members of the group. It depends on like what the next motive is and all that Diana could end up following in his footsteps and end up doing the same mistakes all over again with Wolfgang and become like potentially a future victim. As I also see that Damon could also become the next, not the really the next Blackened, but like could potentially become a Blackened, or like could potentially ending up dying in a similar vein to Ava if he doesn't start, I don't want to say trusting other people necessarily, like blindly trusting them, but like, more so opening himself up more, trying to like not blindly trusting them, but like at least putting like a little bit of trust in them and not looking down on everyone else like Ava did, if that makes any sense. Honestly, very interesting. This is kind of also a side tangent, but I also noticed that like Diana and Damon both have like a reptile animal as like the motif, and then also John, who is a fairly important character in my opinion. when compared to like most of the other cast. So he's highly knowledgeable, very useful during the trials. He was like the takes a lot of action. Like exploring the academy and all that. He kind of is like, I don't want to say like the leader of the group necessarily, but kind of like a secondary leader, at least a go-getter. I mean, of course it makes sense because he's a ship captain. Captain's in the name, but still, because of all of that, it makes me believe that he is also a fairly important character, and because like his motif is a Western dragon, which are reptiles, it makes me think that Mark could also potentially be a very important character down the line because he also has like a reptile motif, just like the other characters I've mentioned before. Very interested to see if my theory, if my crack theory, my insanity actually actually pays off and makes any sense in the future. Very interested to see where the game goes, where like the next chapter goes and takes like all of these characters. Right now, like going off of gut instinct, I mean it could change. I need to see how chapter 2 ends up developing, but I see that like Cassidy, I feel like Cassidy might end up being the next victim. I feel like she's had like quite a bit of screen time. If she doesn't end up dying in chapter 2, she's definitely dying in chapter 3. I feel like, Cassidy potentially being the next victim is just it just makes more like the most sense to me because like out of like she had like quite a bit of screen time. Actually, I could be wrong here. It depends on whether or not, Kai ends up being more important. But like I'm just I'm trying to think right now. Right now, I'm not gonna lock it in, but right now I feel like, in terms of screen time and importance and like, just overall like development potential, I feel like Cassidy does not have a whole lot of it, and she could potentially end up being the next victim. As for who the next killer could be, I have no clue. I have no clue who the next killer could be. I'm like going by terms of screen time. Honestly, I also think like Winona has a good chance of dying earlier on as well. I'm going like in terms of screen time and like potential development that some of these characters can have, and right now I'm just landing on Cassidy, Winona, just kind of having nothing to add to the story at the moment because I don't see them having like arcs potentially. I mean, it could change in chapter 2, but like yeah. Another character who I'm assuming is probably gonna die earlier on could potentially be Jet because he just kind of feels more like a flat character, more of a comedic character, if that makes any sense. And I could see a potential arc for Kai, but I'm not sure if he can end up being a survivor. As for the other characters, I have no idea. We're just gonna have to wait and see, like in terms of like when the next chapter is coming out. I heard it's gonna come out next year, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Anyways, once again, if you're on my YouTube, you guys know that I'm going to be in the description below. I have the link to the channel that we're going to be reacting to for like all the free time events. I just feel like that's the simplest, most streamlined, most quick way we can do it without just hoping like RNGing like we get the right presents and then we present those presents to like the right person and then just trying to figure out the order and then getting frustrated when we can't hang out with them. Because they're not always going to be available like with Grace. Grace was not available at all this chapter as I heard. So I'm just gonna be going off of like I'm still gonna be doing voices though. I'm gonna try my best to do voices. It's probably gonna be one on one. Thankfully, we're playing as Damon, so like he's gonna have my normal voice. I might have to pause sometimes as well to either take a sip of water or like to like reorient myself or like just in case like the free time event goes by too fast. Just a heads up. But yeah, on YouTube, we are reacting to the YouTube channel Ani, who did all the free time events for Project Eden's Garden, based as heck. I can't cuss yet. We're not 30 minutes into the stream. Go ahead and give their channel support. They deserve it. Thank you for this, Ani. If by like any small chance, uh, yours, well, yeah, 100. not 100. You have 1,000 subscribers. If your small channel discovers my infinitely smaller channel at 206 subscribers, thank you very much for your free time events. Thank you, thank you. That intro went on a little longer than I expected it to. Let's just hop right into it. Why are my hotkeys not working? There we go. Got it working. All right. Um, what time is it right now? My drink shouldn't get here. I'm just gonna eat at home tonight, just so you guys know. But my drink is supposed to be getting here at around 4:30 to 5, so that will probably be when our first break is. There are 14 free time events ranging from looks like the shortest is 10 and the longest is 30 minutes, almost 30 minutes, over like 28 minutes. Okay. I'm hoping we can get all 14 of them done by the night. So this is like a one-parter. Not sure how long this stream's gonna end up going on for, but we might take a break like halfway through in order for me to like pick up my food and all that, my drink and all that. Anyways, once again, reacting to YouTube channel Ani. Let's do this. All right, auto. Let's get it maxed out here. Maxed out. If you give us your name, we're just gonna wait till we get to the free time events here.
I'm Desmond Hall. They call me the ultimate marksman.
Looks like each character has a max 4 free time events. So I'm assuming that some of the other characters don't have that many. We're just gonna go in order that this playlist has it, and right now it's Desmond first. What's up, non-entity? What's up, my dudette? What's up, what's up? Damon, hey.
Eh?
What's wrong? I've been trying to make the rounds and talk to everyone. You know, get to know them a little. Doing my own free time event. Do you want to talk? Do I? Fine, we can talk.
Nice.
Sweet. We got an easy voice to do, relatively easy voice to do for the first one, thank God. Desmond attempted to hold a conversation with me, but our time together was more awkward silence than anything else. Yeah? Damon, conversation's a two-way street, and you're not exactly the easiest person to talk to. Do not ask why I'm dressed up like Kai, or like a parody version of Kai. Do not ask why. Also, I do not have pink hair dye, and I will never fucking dye my hair pink of all colors. Thank you. Let's continue. Would you like to give Desmond a present? Okay. Sure, do it for me, Ani. Oh, you could just see which one they like. Alright, cool. Well, it's still RNG whether or not we get it or not, but still.
Nice.
Whoa, this is awesome. Thanks a lot. One day I'll be using this every chance I get, and thinking of you each time. Probably not gonna be that long. I do not see an arc for myself. Who knows? Maybe I'll die next chapter.
I honestly don't know who's gonna die in chapter 2. I'm trying to look in terms of screen time and potentials for arcs, but who knows? Like, I also thought Himiko wasn't gonna be a survivor in V3, but then she suddenly had an arc in chapter 3 and chapter 4. I'm like, oh, okay, well, well, I'm wrong. There's always going to be like one comedic-esque character. I really hope that, but with Himiko, with the comedy with her, she at least had an arc. So, like, I'm just sitting here, I'm like, okay, if Kai ends up being a survivor or like a comedic character ends up being a survivor, please, please let them have an arc. Please don't let them end up like Yasuhiro or Kazuichi. Desmond loved your present.
Any clue?
Hey, is it cool if I ask you a few questions?
Really?
I'm not about to sit here and play 20 questions with you.
Believe me.
Hold on, hear me out. It helps the both of us to get to know each other better. You can even ask me 20 questions to balance things out. I'm like an open book.
An open book, huh? Man, I miss books.
Okay.
Fine, but I'll only answer one question.
Right.
Sure, sounds good to me. Next time, though,
Can we try for 2?
Seriously?
The heck are you so curious about? Thanks for not cussing, Damon.
I just want to know the sorts of people I'm living with.
God dang! The more I look at Desmond, the more I just see chill guy. The more I look at Desmond, the more I see chill guy for some reason. My God, he's just a chill guy. He has his own Wikipedia page. What the? Okay, he's just a chill guy. Man, I wish I could be as chill as Desmond is. Why is there a Subaru? Chill guy. I wish I could be as chill as Desmond is. Holy. I'm so jealous of Desmond. Man, I wish I knew a Desmond in real life. Man, he's so chill. He's so chill, man. Living with. Makes it sound like we're sharing a property and not trapped together in a demented killing game.
Don't worry about it.
Anyway, I'll cut to the chase. My question is, what do you do in your spare time?
My spare time?
That's...
As in within the killing game, or...
No, I mean outside of this whole freak situation. Like, say, you just got done with class or something. What do you do?
I'd study. Yeah, seems about right.
You must have misheard.
No, I heard what you said. I just study, man. I'm a nerd. I'm the master debater. All right? This is my thing.
So, you study in your spare time?
Man, the more I think about it, the more angry I get that Ava did end up killing. Because now it's like my ship is dead. Ava is just the math to Damon's English. And it makes me so angry. The ship was right there, people, and now it's gone. My ship is dead. Relationship ended with Ava. New relationship started with Diana for like rival slash support or Kai.
It's
Because
simple.
they are roommates. I have to keep my mind sharp.
Nice.
Hey, I can respect the dedication.
I was expecting him to say something a lot more judgmental.
Anyway,
What about you?
What about you? Sorry, I was doing an impression of you for a second there. Alright, see you later, Nani.
Me? I don't do much. I just train.
Oh, so we're similar then. No, we're not similar at all. No, we're not similar at all. You train your body, I train my mind. You study the gun, I study the pen. I study master debating. I master debate everywhere. I master debate in the shower. I master debate in my room. I eat, breathe, and excrete master debating.
Just saying.
I mostly try to keep my cardio up, so I tend to do laps everywhere. Yes, Ava should have been working on her fitness. Please don't, Tozu. Please don't. Or if I'm really into it, I'll do some good exercise.
Honestly, I kind of relate. Considering
Considering there's not many big open spaces around here, I've been going a bit stir crazy.
well, at least you have this courtyard to keep you entertained.
Yeah.
True, yeah, although it's pretty small compared to my place back home. Would be great if the fake sky didn't remind me I'm confined inside the building too.
fair.
God, somehow having a fake sky... Is having a fake sky worse or better? Just having a fake sky inside the building. Is that worse or better than if you were just trapped? Like, would you ever be trapped in Project Eden's Garden School? Or Hope Speak Academy School? I feel like having a fake sky would be worse. Because it's a constant reminder that you're trapped.
Gotta stay one step ahead.
Besides, I don't really do this stuff for entertainment.
What, playing killing games?
It's more of a discipline thing. If I let my mind go soft, the rest of me will go with it.
Okay, I
Yep.
guess it makes sense. Yeah, every time I see this pose, I just think chill guy.
In a way, I guess we're kind of similar, huh?
Oh, he did end up saying it. Is Damon gonna say no? Similar? You're training your body. I'm absorbing information. Oh god, that's more. That's worse than saying training your mind.
Isn't studying basically training your mind?
Yeah, base Desmond. Is Damon at the end of any of his free time events gonna like look at the like have internal dialogue where he looks at the character differently that he's talking to and hanging out with? Or is he gonna be so high strung that it doesn't change at all? Because it will really depend. It will really, or will they change it? Or will they change it depending on what part of his arc he's at? That'd be really interesting if they end up changing the free time events and how Damon interacts with people, depending on what part of his arc he's in. Assuming he doesn't like die off like later in the game. Honestly, they could still kill off the protagonist, and I wouldn't be that surprised. And then we protag swap to Diana, the more traditional, hopeful protag. Or we switch to Kai, because that'd be
Are
funny.
you for real?
Hey, did I just win a debate against the master debater?
That's not it.
There was no debate. That wasn't master debating. I'll show you master debating.
About how we spend our free time? I mean, our conversation was structured nothing like a debate.
I mean, our conversation was structured nothing like a debate. I'm scared to click an arrow to check if that was Desmond because my arrow also affects the stream. It's also tied to my hotkeys.
Oh,
I got an idea.
well, how about you and I do an actual debate right now? You know, I'm something of a master debater myself. Pretty good with my fingers.
I'm fine, thanks.
Totally.
I figured you'd say that.
The more I think about it, the more I realize that Desmond was hanging around the Ultimate Fencer a lot. Was it because they both wield weapons? I mean, I keep remembering Desmond's blackmail, which is like you wield the weapon to protect the ones you love. Like, is it possible that both he and Eloise knew each other before? And like the weapon you wield your weapon to defend the one you love could mean Eloise? I'm very curious to see if his blackmail, because they do reveal Desmond's blackmail is going to play a part in the future, in a future reveal. He's pretty jovial, all things considered, but he's nothing like me. He's the ultimate marksman, and I'm the master debater. We live in two entirely different worlds. My brain automatically changes ultimate debater to master debater now. Yes! Hopefully he doesn't keep trying to convince me otherwise. FTE complete. Page 2. Oh, I forgot about the report cards. Are they gonna? They're gonna show the report cards at the end. All right. Thank you, Ani, for having that foresight. Thank you. Wow, he hangs out here a lot, huh? He hangs out in the courtyard a lot, huh? He's just a chill guy. He's gonna be in the chill guy pose.
This looks
Damn,
bad.
damn it. No, he doesn't. Aww.
I hope whoever has mine can be cool about it and confess. Maybe we could talk it out or something.
uh, looks between him and Ava. Yeah, I highly doubt that.
This thing's all kinds of messed up. All kinds. Like two kinds.
Was he talking to himself about his blackmail?
That's not it.
If you mean Tozu's motive, then that's a bit of an understatement.
What?
Who has our blackmail? Now that I think about it, I think we just kind of coasted over the fact that someone has like our blackmail and hasn't talked to us at all. It could be Diana once again, because Diana, once again tried to like help Damon out in a way to where, it doesn't look like Damon needs help in order to be nice to Damon because like she knows Damon's insecure about needing help. And, is insecure about being looked down upon. Like she just knows it. So does Diana have our blackmail? It's highly likely anyone else could have had our blackmail. but it'd be very emotionally resonant if Diana had it this whole time. I'm very curious to see what our potential blackmail could be. It could be nothing or it could be something very important.
Whoa. Damon, you heard all that?
I mean, you did say it out loud. Just the last part.
Oh, cool.
Huh. Seems this motive has him on edge. Prod him, walk away. I discussed the blackmail motive with Damon. Curious to see what I could extrapolate from his replies. I did not pronounce that word correctly. I can already sense that. He condemns Tozu. That much is obvious. And he really wants everything to resolve peacefully. So I'm just making sure my mic was on here. Okay, cool. No comment on his own stakes in the situation, though. He's clearly nervous about his blackmail, given what I overheard earlier, but it seems he won't talk about it now that I'm here. Would you like to give Desmond a present? It's your fault. I just casually said Master Debater on my stream. What took you so long to get that joke? I wasn't even subtle with it. I was not even subtle with it. How did it take you so long to get the Master Debater joke? Would he like a hat? What would he like? He likes the decorative party goose. What? This is such a random gift. Listening in the background. All right, let's continue.
I appreciate it, dude. It says a lot that you saw this and thought of me.
Does it? Desmond liked your present. Compared to the other people we were stuck with, this guy was so normal. If we had met under better circumstances, I might have even tolerated him as an acquaintance. You would have tolerated him! Fuck hell, Desmond. What is wrong with you? We hit 30 minutes. We're fine. What the fuck is wrong with you? Damon really just only cares about master debating, huh? Nah, I can't hang out with people. I'm too busy practicing my master debating. I need to work on my technique when I master debate all over the place. Alright. Sometimes I even master debate in public.
Safety first.
Are you up for going on a run around the courtyard?
Do I look
Come
like I
again.
do I look like I run? Look at me. I'm scrawny as hell. Scrawny Ronnie over here.
You really need to work on your fitness.
What?
Fitness dick in your... A 10-minute run can do wonders for clearing your head. Sounds pretty good right now, yeah?
I'll pass.
Let's be civil.
5 minutes.
Ugh.
I said I'll pass.
Sorry. I just assumed, well, you know.
Do I look like a guy who runs? Assumed what?
Yeah.
That you were more fit than that. You really need to work on your fitness, Damon.
Hey.
What are you implying? That they can't handle a 5-minute run? Runs for 1 minute, fucking passes out?
Me.
Go ahead. Prove me wrong, dude.
Ah, challenging him. Ah, anti
Up, bitch.
I made Desmond stand and watch while I ran a few laps around the courtyard. After about a minute, I was dead tired.
Whoa.
Whoa, are you okay?
Ugh.
Yes. I just need a break.
It hasn't even been a minute, though.
It's not like that.
You act like I do this regularly.
You were the one who volunteered.
Like you didn't coax me into it.
This looks bad.
Anyway, your face is really red. You should really cool down. Do you want to take off your suit?
Seriously?
Now you're asking me to strip too?
Don't get it mixed up.
Just say no if you don't want to.
God, this is so entertaining. I should have done that earlier. Why did I run in a full suit and tie? With a vest.
Hang on. I have an idea. Let me grab something cold from the kitchen. Stay right there.
With those words, Desmond booked it out of the courtyard. After a few minutes, he returned with a bottle drink in his hand. Man, I like Desmond. Desmond's
I got
cool. Desmond's chill. He's not gonna live.
Okay, I got this lemonade.
We just chugged it immediately. Before he could finish the sentence, I whipped the bottle from his hand and downed half of it.
Whoa.
Whoa.
He...
Whoa.
Alright, I feel better now.
That's great.
I don't understand why this cardio crap matters so much to you as a marksman.
I just have a certain level of expectations I gotta meet as an ultimate, you know?
God, dude. Okay, is living up to expectations gonna be something important to the story? Because now I'm just thinking, okay, like, you know, out what the people outside put on you, because Wolfgang had that. Wolfgang had that and put pressure on himself to not end up like his father, only to end up like his father. Ava had that in the fact that, like, you know, she became a mathlete and leaned into her mathlete talent in a way because, like, she only did all her mathlete stuff because, like, the adults made her do it. And she tried to, every time she tried to get out of it, she was, like, rejected. So, like, she's just stuck as a mathlete now. Damon has expectations for himself and possibly even, like, you know, people putting expectations on him in order to be, like, this, like, you know, this perfect ultimate. And he puts, like, all these expectations of other people and, like, has this expectations of what ultimates should be. And, like, you know, feels disappointed that most of the other ultimates don't end up like that. Like, now Desmond's talking about, like, having to rise up to a certain level of expectations. Like, how is this going to be important? Is this going to be important? This has to be like a sub theme at the very least, not like the main theme, but a sub theme.
Eh?
Does a marksman need to be athletic? A little bit.
It's less about being athletic and more about being disciplined. I know the sport may come across as a bunch of people just standing there and shooting at a
Think
wooden
about it
target,
this way.
but making the perfect shot requires skill and resolve. The more I commit myself to these exercises, the better I become at resisting distractions and maintaining my
Gotta stay one
focus.
step ahead.
And that's exactly the mindset I want to be in during the game. If I stop exercising now, my brain will forget everything it's learned.
I see.
Yeah, healthy body, healthy mind.
There's a reason.
There's a reason they say a habit can be broken in
Yep.
one day.
Yeah, exactly.
Both good and bad habits. I wasn't going to admit it out loud, but his philosophy towards training was almost beat for beat like mine. Damon! Damon! David's about to have an arc, except it's not going to be canon because it's a free time event, and everything that happens in a free time event isn't canon. It's more like supplementary material. Oh, and giving context to the characters, and possibly even sub themes. All right. How is it possible when our talents are so different? There must be something I'm misunderstanding, or he neglected to mention. If not, what does this say about me? That you're a dick? Okay, it just skips to the next event. Alright, based, Ani, based.
Nice.
Whoa, this is awesome. Thanks a lot. One day I'll be using this every chance I get and thinking of you each time.
I don't even know what we gave him. What Ani gave him.
You know, since you scratched my back earlier, maybe I could scratch yours.
Huh?
What? I didn't scratch your back earlier.
No, I don't mean literally. I asked if you were up for a run in the courtyard, and you technically
I got
were.
you.
So if there's anything you want me to do for you...
What? What do you want? No, I'm good. You guys can just go without me. He sure is a fan of these little trades. Yes?
Right.
Alright, I have an idea. I want you to master debate right here. Do it now, do it hard. Right here in this courtyard. Let's do a practice debate. It actually is. We are master debate. I'm gonna teach you how to master debate. I'm gonna teach you all the techniques I know, Desmond. Soon you might even be half as good at master debating as me as I am.
Nice.
Uh,
Really great. I've been wanting to have a debate with you.
mhm. As for the topic, the students' economic issues, the taste of lemonade. Let's. I feel like the taste of lemonade feels like a fun little one. Economic issues seems overly complicated, and the students feels too personal, and it could make it sound like we're insulting them. I feel like lemonade would be best for fun, but it might end up being the students. God damn, it's the taste of lemonade. Alright. Damn it.
There must be
The
something.
lemonade you gave me last time. Have you tried a bottle of it yourself?
Hmm.
Nope. Why?
Never mind. Okay, what?
No, I'm curious. Come on, isn't this supposed to be master debating? Was there something about the lemonade you wanted to debate?
That's not important.
Obviously not. I wouldn't hold a debate over something insignificant like that, at least not willingly. It's an important subject, and one I have general knowledge in. With a bit of prep time, I'll be able to construct a good argument. Okay, maybe not that. But it's also really boring to talk about. Yeah, the students. It ended up being the students I called it. It was the students. He was just picking the wrong
Focus.
answers. How about we debate the trustworthiness of the other students?
You alright?
Huh? What do you mean?
It's simple.
Isn't it self-explanatory? You and I argue whether or not the others are trustworthy.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I'm not really comfortable with that. It kind of feels like gossiping behind their back.
Why? I just told you I wanted to master debate with you. You said you were excited to master debate with me. Why won't you master debate with me, man? Come on, I'll help you out.
Are you for real?
Well, what do you mean? Why? I can't just say my. I mean, I can't just throw doubt at people for no reason.
I think being in a killing game is a good enough reason.
Let's be civil.
Look, let's forget this whole debate thing and talk about something else.
That being?
Lemonade! Nah. Lately, I've been thinking about getting into journaling.
What? Oh, okay. Is this also going to be a sub theme? Being genuine to yourself instead of doing what others want you to do. Or you have a talent for something, but you want to get outside that talent. You want to do things that other people want you to do. You want to do things that you want to do. It's your talent and you can choose what to do with it. Once again, this is similar to Ava. A little bit. But as Ava tried to fight against a society that wanted her to be a mathlete and wouldn't stop her, wouldn't let her step out of being a mathlete, and in turn she suffered because she cared about what society thought about her and kept trying to fight back against it instead of just trying to do her own thing, saying screw you, I'm just gonna do my own thing. Now I'm gonna do my own thing. She just ended up a loner and just ended up as she is now. Is this gonna be like another sub theme?
Eh?
Journaling?
Totally.
Just my general thoughts, you know. The desk in my dorm room has a bunch of sticky notes, so I'm considering just writing on those.
Any clue?
If I were to start journaling on a regular basis, how much time do you think I should dedicate to it?
Come again?
How much time do you think you should dedicate?
Hmm.
God, what is this, a therapy session?
Maybe a few hours?
For journaling.
Is that too short?
No.
What? No, that's way too long. I was expecting you to say half hour at most. Half an hour at
Makes
most.
sense.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like I draw like 30 minutes a day. Sometimes I get up to an hour. It depends on like what I'm drawing. Usually when I do drawing practice, it ends up taking me like roughly a half hour because I just do like some basic like Burnett drawing practice and some gesture drawing. I'm doing that right now too to just try to get used to the tech of drawing on a tablet instead of like how I used to draw on like draw traditionally. I really hope my muscles for drawing traditionally don't end up getting messed up. But I've been drawing traditionally for like what, 4 years almost. I feel like I should be fine.
All good.
Just gotta get used to the tech.
Ooh, I was worried journaling would eat into my exercise time.
It won't. It really will not. Trust me, if you really cared about it, you'll make the time for it. If you really cared about it. Trust me.
That's
How much time do you spend exercising?
Oh, like 8 hours a day.
Personally, for me, it depends. It can range from like, it depends on the day. So it can range anywhere between like an hour and a half to 3 hours. I say hour and a half to 3 hours because like it takes me an hour and a half for like general weightlifting stuff. But if I do conditioning as well, I'm like on a bike. I'm on like the bike for another hour, and I do have some like mini breaks in between. In between those as well. So yeah.
Hmm.
In this courtyard, probably 4 hours.
huh?
All in one go?
Back home, it's normally 5, but I'm cutting myself a tiny bit of slack here.
5 o'clock dinner, you wanna go? No.
No.
Besides, has more or less been my routine since I was
Okay, since I was 17. Oh my god, let me go back.
Huh?
Sorry, I gotta go back. I have to read that line.
back home. It's normally 5. I'm cutting myself a tiny bit of slack here.
God, 4 to 5 hours. I don't even, dude, practice for me for football wasn't even that long. It was like 2 hours and then like an hour of film. So 3 hours. My workouts only go for like 3 hours max. 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours is a bit excessive, says the guy who works out for three.
Besides, this has been more or less my routine since I was 17, so it's nothing I'm not used to.
17? He was 17 and exercising for 5 hours straight?
Jeez.
What about school then? If you went to school for, say, 6 hours and trained for another 5 hours.
Easy enough.
1 hour free time sounds good to me.
Oh god. Only 1 hour of free time? Man, I really don't have a life outside of master debating, man. I really gotta stop master debating all over the place. Really gotta stop being. Does that include the time he spends on mundane stuff like getting changed or eating food?
Damn.
I barely allow myself free time as is, and even I think that's insane.
Don't worry about it.
It's not as bad as it sounds, really. This is just how I work, you know. I hate being bored.
I see.
Okay. Oh! Now I see where the shark comes from. Oh, because sharks constantly move or else they die. Oh! Oh, his animal makes sense now! Oh! Okay. I wonder if he actually does have like something that will also force him to exercise. I'm really interested now. Then being in this place must feel like a death trap.
I mean, it is a death trap. You could say that again.
He may laugh about it, but a suffocating place like this killing game must be 10 times more unbearable for an active guy like him. And yet, that cool demeanor of his never falters. Even when talking about his situation, he's just a chill guy, Damon. He's just a chill guy. I mean, he could be hiding it really well, have like the best poker face in the world, puts Ava to shame, but like, God, he's just a chill guy. God, he has a shark fin on his shirt. I just noticed that. Is this what he means when he talks about discipline?
Alright.
Is the max amount 5 or is it 4 free time events for each character? Rose Rapier. Tree necklace. Okay. You know, it makes sense for him. He's an outdoorsy guy, it seems. He's just a chill,
Nice.
outdoorsy guy. Whoa, okay, yeah, this is just. Desmond loved your
I got an
present.
idea.
You know, I thought of something funny.
Jesus Christ, slow down.
We spend so much time working on our talents, and yet,
Think about it this way.
when we actually go out and compete, we only spend a few minutes doing it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that is how football was. I mean, for me, I was a 2, but like even then, it's like we do what, like 2 hours of work, another hour working out, maybe like watching an hour of film, whether that be practice or like a little bit more hours of film because we're watching a game or something, only to compete for like 2 hours. I mean, football games go on longer than that, but when you think about it, there's only actually like what, 15 minutes per quarter of actual like football. So yeah, and even then, it's not just you out there. You're not on like every team, hopefully. You're like only on like one or two teams, like special teams or offense. So it's like only like what, like half the game maybe you're out there. So it's like only really like 30 minutes you're playing, maybe. Like, okay, let's say, we do like what I just said, 4 hours of work a day. 4 hours of work a day, 5 days out of the week, and then you play on Saturday. Play a football game on Saturday, it goes for 2 hours, but in reality, it's like an hour or like a half hour. Depending on like, if you're a starter. Let's just say an hour, right? You're doing like 20 hours of work to play 1 hour on the weekend. If you get an hour.
I'm only ever on the field for like a minute's tops.
That's not it.
That might be true in your case, but in my world, the debate can last for hours.
Makes
Trust me, man. Like I have to work really hard when I master debate, bro. Like my stamina for master debating is super high.
sense.
Oh, makes sense. Does that affect how often you have competitions?
Well, no, we do them weekly.
Sounds intense.
Anyway,
Do you not attend competitions regularly? With how vigorously you train, I was sort of expecting otherwise.
Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
don't get me wrong, I used to go wild when it came to comps. I won pretty much every local comp there was, which sounds like I'm trying to brag, but I'm really not. The same went for regional comps, though. Although, since it was only regional, I wasn't getting a ton of spotlight back then. But when I started going national,
You were in it for the spotlight?
Whoa!
no way, I was driven by passion, first and foremost.
No kidding.
My family is just really into the sport.
Really into shooting?
Even before my siblings and I were born, my parents got a professional shooting range built on their property.
Okay. Wow, they must have been really. They also must have been like marksmen themselves, right?
As well as a personal swimming pool and a personal tennis court. Okay, they're really sporty people in general.
What the hell? His family is loaded.
Totally.
We're actually a broke boy. We're just pretending to be rich.
But I'm telling you, shooting sports are their biggest obsession, especially bullseye shooting. We have a lot of history with shooting sports too.
Just saying.
Great-great-grandpa was the ultimate marksman in 1933, followed by grandma in 1963.
Really? Oh, that's really interesting. Oh man, there really was expectations placed on him too. Huh. That's interesting, actually. Wow. That also like gives context to like the UTP and this world a lot. The fact that the UTP even existed way back then. I didn't even consider entire bloodlines having like the same talent and going into like the UTP or going into Hope Speak Academy. Did Hope Speak Academy do anything like that? Kinda, not really, not with the same talent. I mean, there was Kyoko and her dad, but they had completely separate talents and like her dad kind of left her, but not really left her. Was forced to leave her behind, but yeah. Huh. That's actually really fascinating.
Dad could have been it in 1993 too, but he forgoed all the ultimate stuff to start a chain restaurant with mom.
Oh. Oh.
I
Interesting.
see.
Cute. I see.
Anyway, my siblings and I were all encouraged to try our hand at competitive shooting, and I was the best one. It was only me who enjoyed it though. The rest of my siblings were a lot more studious, kind of like you.
I'll take that as a compliment. It was a compliment! It was a compliment, Damon! He's not talking down to you! He's literally saying you remind me of my family! What do you mean? Damon, that's a compliment! You remind me of my rich family, you remind me of home. And like my parents were loving and caring. And like, encouraged all of us, even though like initially, it was like, okay, I gotta sign in the restream for some reason. It logged me out. Really? And even though, like, they did try to get us into like sports that they played, or I guess my dad played, like they still genuinely loved us. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? The ultimate that okay, I can't see what it says. I'm sorry. So in the background, the ultimate that I can't read it. I can't read it because the thing is in the way and I have to reload chat. I'm gonna have to wait till it scrolls up. I'm sorry. My chat had to get reloaded and now I can't read chat. But like, come on.
Since I had a knack for the sport, my parents were hopeful I could go places
No
with it.
kidding.
Of course, no sponsors wanted me when I was still performing at a regional level. The only way for me to make it big was to go to the Olympics.
Yeah, makes sense. Then you went to the Olympics? Did he actually? Yeah, just yep. Chill guy. He's just a chill guy. Damn, Damon got it. I can only imagine the kind of money you made just from just showing up.
The money didn't matter at that point. I was at the Olympics, man.
Eh? Only looking in terms of success. Only looking at it in terms of success. That's That's like not Desmond. That's Damon right now. That is a type 3 thing for sure. Oh God, I just processed what Enneagram type is Desmond. I have not been trying to figure it out. I mean, honestly to me, it seems like he like is very active, moves around a lot. He seems more like a type 7. He's more driven by passion and like general enjoyment of the sport and has a good time and just generally wants to have like a good time with everyone. He could be either a type 7 or a type 9. Hmm. To me, he reads more as a type 7, though. Not like spontaneous or whatever, like a disciplined type 7.
Money didn't matter either.
Considering his family is stacked, I guess attention would be more important than money. But he wasn't doing it for attention, Damon! He wasn't doing it for attention. Were you not listening to him earlier? He's not like you. He was doing it because he genuinely likes being a marksman.
And, you know, I had a lot on the line.
Oh?
I spent months, years of my life training for that very moment.
Shit.
Plus my trainers. Man, they were breathing down my neck all day, every day.
Huh?
Trainers, huh?
Believe me.
It's a long story.
We had 4 free time events.
Maybe I'll tell you some other time.
Oh, okay, so it's gonna be... Okay, there are gonna be 5 or 6 events then. Alright, because we only got 4 right now. Alright, I think we only had like 4 free time event sections in general too.
But yeah, despite all the stress, I wouldn't trade for anything.
I feel like that's most people who play sports. Says someone who used to play a sport.
Going to the Olympics was how I met some of the best people in my life. And the comps back then, they were the most fun I'd ever had.
Back then. But you're not enjoying your talent now? Funny. I'm reminded of something he said earlier. Don't get me wrong, I used to go wild when it came to comps. That wording, used to. Alright, is he not as passionate about it? If he's so passionate for the sport, why doesn't he do comps anymore? Lost the passion for it? Does he think he's too good for it now since he attended the Olympics? No, I don't think that's it, Damon. That'd definitely be my reason, but I doubt the same goes for Desmond. Yeah, there we go. He's starting to understand. He's starting to understand a bit more that the world doesn't revolve around him and not everyone is going to share his opinion. Alright, let's look at the report cards now. We're almost like an hour in. We're almost like an hour in, and we've only done the first one. We've got 13 more of these. It's still playing, right? Okay. Yeah, there is going to be 5. Alright, but we only had 4 free time events, so we're just going to have to deal with this. He attempted to play a game of 20 questions with me. We had a conversation about how we spend our free time, which seemed to satisfy him. I learned he doesn't like enclosed spaces and has been going stir crazy. Either he's good at hiding his discomfort or he's lying. Or he's a liar. I forgot how messy his signature is. He's dedicated to stay in shape, not because he wants to be athletic, but because he wants to be disciplined. If he stops exercising, he believes he'll lose sight of himself. I suppose there's a reason they say a habit can be broken in one day. I think I could just leave it playing and just read it because, like, I don't need to pause it. All right. He wasn't joking about being disciplined. If you can even call 5 hours of nonstop exercise every day discipline, in my opinion, it sounds more like insanity. Allegedly, he begun this routine all the way back in high school. 6 hours of school combined with 5 hours of exercise. Even I can't imagine allocating myself only 1 hour of free time a day. Does he generally enjoy all of this, any of this, or is he being bored worse than a death sentence for him? Is being bored worse than a death sentence for him? All right. I feel like it's a Type 7. That sounds like a Type 7 thing, right? Like an active Type 7, like a chill, active Type 7. Because they like being like, they like experiences, they like, good time, having like a good time, but they also hate like they fear being bored or being in misery. He revealed to me that he went to the Olympics and unsurprisingly underwent a lot of stress. It seems like a lot is riding on him being the ultimate marksman, considering it's part of his family's legacy. Nevertheless, he clearly loves the sport. He even said attending regional shooting competitions were the most fun he's ever had. So why did he imply he no longer attends competitions? Yeah. Alright, I think we're fine. Let's start with Jet now. Off. I gotta do the Scooby-Doo voice. Alright, we need water.
The name's Jet Dawson, Ultimate Drag Racer.
Also, I
Nice to
remember
meet you,
Shane
Sherry.
Dawson. That was the name, I think. God, all these sprites look pretty official. Hi, Jet. I need to see. Is it over the sleeve? I think it is over the sleeve, just like with, what's her name? I'm gonna have to check real quick. Hold on. Let me pause. Okay, can this? I forgot her name all of a sudden. Ingrid. I don't know why I forgot her name. That's weird. Like, they both have, like, the wristwatch over their glove or over their, like, suit or whatever. Oh god, you guys are gonna have to deal with my awful fucking Scooby-Doo impression no, for the next 12 minutes. You listening? I need help deciding something. Come on, please. He seems oddly subdued. Hear him out. Wee! Alright. God. Saying that, Jet gave me a thumbs up.
Let's rock and roll.
Let's do it. One more, me and you.
Really?
A thumb war? Seriously?
Thumb war.
It's just gibberish. It's gibberish. It's just evolving into gibberish. I'm sorry.
You know me.
You scared?
Take this seriously.
Obviously, I'm not scared.
What are you waiting for?
He loses. Damon loses and just starts slamming his head against the wall. I begrudgingly played a game of Thumb War with Jet. Up, I just got Notification from Protein and Greens. I'm just getting a drink from there. I think I'm gonna get like I'm just gonna eat at home tonight. We have a ton of food and I don't want any of it to go bad. So I'm just gonna have like salad, maybe prime rib and chicken tonight with like a shake that's coming in.
I won.
I know.
You don't look very happy.
Well, aren't you supposed to be a master behavior? I thought you'd be better with your hand, with your fingers. Well, I guess that makes sense. I mean, you'd probably be better with the whole hand rather than your fingers. Whatever.
Okay, this is weird. Anti-climax aside, would you like to give Jet a present? Yes. What would he like? A bear. Okay, Ani would just give him the bear? He's taking a long time. Guitar. Flamethrower guitar. There's a flamethrower guitar? Okay.
Whoa, how'd you know my weakness? You're gonna have to catch me, cause I'm about to rumble over and grumble.
Jet loved your present.
You following?
Yo, real talk.
Hello?
What is it?
Real figure I've let my guard down.
Huh?
Damon got it.
Shrimp?
I remember what you said after I wrote you out. Real uncool stuff, man. Like, that was whack. Like, totally whack. Something I give an eye guy like you, which is why I'm here. To play Watchdog.
Alright.
Come again?
Play Watchdog.
Me, Watchdog. I have the wolf motif. You can see it on my suit and my helmet.
Right.
It's simple.
Well, don't expect much. I don't plan to do anything. You know, I also do kind of agree with Nani at one point because it's like, oh, I can't smell the gas, but then he still gets knocked out by it. In fact, he's the first one to get knocked out by it. So I'm like, is there some sort of filter for that? Filter for the smell? Is it possible to filter out a smell but not the actual gas itself for the helmet? I honestly don't find them suspicious because I feel like there's a good chance. I find them suspicious for another reason, which is, you know, once again, the wristwatch being over his clothes. Because in 999, something that, you know, it's weird now that I think about it. I'll get back to it. In 999, the masterminds of that death game, of the first one, of the first Zero Escape notary game, which was technically the second, but you know, the first game. Let's just focus on that. Sorry, I'm just confusing myself and confusing you with my explanation. The masterminds had like their for their wristwatch thing, their bracelets, it was above their clothing. Ingrid and also Jet have it above their clothing as well, which I find really weird. Either that or really unfortunate. Like you're never washing that hand. As soon as you get that glove, take that glove off or take the sleeve off, it's just gonna stink. It's gonna stink really bad. Like that hand is just dirty forever. It's gonna be infected. It's just disgusting. You can't even clip your nail. Like, gross. Anyways,
Right, you say that.
Eh?
was there a point to that? Oh yeah, now I remember what the second point was. If I had like a nickel for every time Danganronpa game Fangan referenced Zero Escape and took a concept from there, I'd have 2 nickels, which is not a whole lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. This game with its wristwatch and Danganronpa F Shattered Hope with the code names.
Broski.
Hey, wanna hang out with the kitchen with me? I was thinking of cooking some lunch.
Take this seriously.
What? No.
I'm gonna make a tall, like a really tall, like, sandwich with like all, like, with everything that's in the fridge, man. And I'm just gonna eat it all in one go. Am I hearing a yes?
No, you're hearing a no. No, I said. For mine, what's the point of arguing? It's obvious a guy like him won't listen to reason. I guess I'm in this for the long run. This is a long first free time event. I walked, well, more like got dragged by Jet to the dining hall.
Oh boy.
Okay, what are you cooking? What is he cooking?
Really?
You don't already know?
Uh.
Why would I? Because you are the one who wanted to eat lunch. It was you who suggested we come here.
You know me.
Yeah, what you gotta know about me is that I'm an indecisive guy. I can barely order a drive-thru, let alone whip out a dish out of thin air, unless... God damn it. Unless what? Unless we're cutting butter toast. So he can't cook, but he wants to eat. But you're pretty smart, aren't you? Last I remember, smart people know how to make decisions on the spot. Do they? Fine, I'll decide. Alright, what should I make? A sandwich. Beef stroganoff, pasta, tomato. Just tomatoes. Just tomatoes?
I know.
How about some beef stroganoff? Whoa, you know how to make that? Yeah, beef stroganoff? More like beef
Come again.
strong enough. You don't like it?
You think?
No, they should. It's a smorgasbord of bad ideas. They out here mixing mushrooms with what? Mustard? Sounds like crazy talk to me. I think it sounds pretty good. Do you know how to make it? Either way, it looks like beef stroganoff was off the menu.
There
Just
must be
tomatoes.
some-
What about some pasta? No pasta for me. Tomatoes is the right choice? Tomatoes is the right
Roger
choice.
that.
I'm just gonna eat just tomatoes. Just straight up tomatoes. Right down. I've got a craving for different wheat. You get me?
Meh.
No dice, shoot yourself. Jet began looking through the cabinets in the kitchen. Okay, he is just gonna make pasta. I was about to say, Gemini, Mocololi, Fusorelli, Scatorelli, Tagalolini, Orchard.
Well, shoot.
I'm not pronouncing any of this right. Even though I have an Italian name, I'm not Italian at all. Woo, feels like I'm activating a blood land over here. They could make a whole language using just pasta names. Honestly, yeah. After many troublesome efforts, most of which involved arguing over what type of grain we wanted, Jen and I eventually prepared a plate of pesto. Really good. Of course, the Scooby-Doo character's first free time event is eating food, huh? I don't know if you'd call this pasta good.
So harsh.
You ain't feeling it? It doesn't look particularly edible.
Yep.
Ever heard the phrase never judge a book by its cover? You can't real movie you haven't watched. Ever heard of sticking the one metaphor?
Ugh.
Why don't you take a bite then? Me? I mean, I can't get this helmet on. Yes, you. Now that I think about it, how does he eat? He just takes the fork, takes up a little bit of pasta, brings it to like where his mouth would be, and it just fades out of existence. And then you just hear audible chewing. It just goes through the mask. Or it's just gonna be like the Obito thing, where he is about to, lift up his mask, but then he looks away last second and then just eats it. He never seems to take off that helmet of his, at least not whenever people are around. You know what? I think my appetite's gone and done a runner. I'm just saving parts of everything to save it for later. Strange, you seemed pretty enthusiastic a moment ago.
You get me?
Lazy feeding, Brookie. Feelings too. Better to flow with the tide than go against it. Okay. I'm like walking, talking, fountain of wisdom. Okay. With pasta in hand, Jet left the dining hall. Yeesh, what's the point of cooking together if you're not even gonna eat it in front of me? Was this just a thinly veiled attempt to keep an eye on me, or whatever Jet was saying earlier?
Talk about extra. Extra pesto. Okay. Yeah, let's just go. Panda hat? Okay.
Let's rock and roll.
Well, man, now this is what I'm talking about. If you go left in the go.
Jet liked your present. Does he stink?
What are you doing?
Checking if you showered? What? What is this smell? Hang on. Is this?
What? Are you giving me?
No, I...
Shrimp.
I'm not what you did. If it's a dude you just met, and without his permission, that's a violation of bro code.
The bro code?
It's the same rules every bro's gotta follow. At least when he's inside another bro's dorm.
Well, we're not exactly in your dorm now, are we? He drags us to his dorm.
Now you are. We're still right here. But that doesn't matter. The code should be universal.
Jet, have you taken a shower recently?
What kind of question is that? Of course I'm taking a shower.
Okay, have you washed your clothes recently?
Yeah. A good bro knows better than to steal from the
You
room.
think?
If that's true, tell me why your suit smells.
A good bro knows how to read the room too.
I see.
So you admit you're lying.
Yeah.
He's got it. Yeah. Plot twist, it's not actually Samugi under there. It's actually Himiko. She grew taller and became a man.
This is no debate my soul, but words will always hurt me. And it's a rock road says that once is the truth.
Uh-huh. This guy's hopeless with words.
Anyway,
What's with the suit anyway? Isn't it annoying to carry around all that extra weight?
If I tell you the reason why I wear it, you promise not to steal my secrets?
Secrets? I mean, who would actually listen to me? No one listened to me before. No one's gonna start now.
Oh yeah, good point. We're always giving each other. That's basically both second base.
What?
You know, the second base.
Yeah, okay, sure. He sure changed his attitude quickly.
Don't make it swear.
huh?
What?
Come on, feel swear not to spill my secrets. It's an oath to the bro code.
Literally only you care about the bro code. Fine. I held pinkies with Jet. We even shook. I promise
Yep.
On the bro code.
to not tell anyone what you're about to share with me.
Whoa.
Let me think.
Okay, if you did the theft, I will confess.
Oh boy.
There's 7 letters. P-R...
Okay, I need to fucking slow it down because it's gonna go on to the next thing.
P-R-I-V-A-V-Y.
Privacy?
You get me?
Visual is a barrier. I do it. I keep my public life from my life in private.
That's
Like a second life. Do 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 do. Who could be tonight? That's the question.
No, you can go with that.
Catch my drift?
Ever since I became a ultimate drag racer, I've been swarmed by paparazzi. Well, with my suit on, I never have to worry about embarrassing pics.
Funny.
That's not the media's creativity, sure, but it's put a pretty big dent on it.
Are you talking about the public's never seen your face? Are you telling me the
Yep.
public's never seen your face? Not at all?
You know me.
Not a real software guy, it's common in the big leagues.
Yeah, some people are just faceless.
If you show your face and make a wrong move, well, they'll run you straight off the highway.
I guess that's a good point.
People get jealous, and when people are jealous, they go to any extreme to get a slip of your
Race, baby.
popularity.
Never slow
If you
down.
make it out alive, you gotta stay one step ahead. Always.
Never took the racing scene to be so cutthroat. I guess it made sense for a high-intensity sport to have a high-intensity culture surrounding it. He's bullshitting. He's